26 goals in 16 appearances. I know at this point we should no longer be surprised by numbers like that when it comes to Erling Haaland, but it's still difficult to process the magnitude of just exactly what he's doing with Manchester City at the minute.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal goal-scoring record that he has. And I think all of us are starting to take it a little bit for granted, aren't we? We're going, yeah, good figures.
We do it with Salah as well.
They're better than good figures. They're impressive, to say the least.
David, just one final bit on Haaland before we switch the discussion over to some of the other goals in the game. Look, it's such a difficult question to ask because how do you even begin to answer it? But I'm going to try my luck anyway. How does anyone stop Erling Haaland? Where do you even start when it comes to stopping Erling Haaland?
Well, you're asking the wrong fella. Someone go physically imposing as him. But what I saw today from Erling Haaland is a guy that looks like he's improving, a guy that looks like he's getting better. I thought his hold-up play today was terrific. The way he turned defenders was fantastic, and he looks like he's really enjoying his football now. And I think that comes from, if you look at the wide men, they've been unrestricted a little bit now. They can come in off the wings and people can interchange, so that's going to find a bit more space. Also, he's got Foden who can operate as the 10, he's got Cherki who can operate the 10. They're going to feed him. They're going to create that distraction and provide that through ball for him. If he gets that service from them, the records could be broken this year.
Do you think when it comes to Erling Haaland, because one of the arguments or the criticisms is that there is a huge dependency on him for goals. But there's two schools of thoughts, really, because some might argue that so as long as the goals are coming and the victories are being picked up, it doesn't really matter whether there is a dependency on him or not. But do you think it's a cause for concern, or do you think it's just the way it is with City at the minute?
I don't think it's a cause for concern, no. I think, you know, as long as somebody's scoring the goals, if it's not Erling Haaland, it's going to be someone else, because he's going to be creating the space. So I don't think it's a cause for concern. There's so many capable players on that pitch, and even the ones that came on, you know, how many important goals have we seen Rodri score over the years, and he comes on for the last 2 minutes. So I think they're looking for one eye for next week's performance, or maybe even midweek's performance against Dortmund, and then it goes again. They've got Liverpool, they've got Newcastle, but it looks like normality's beginning to prevail in the Premier League now. We've got Arsenal up the top, Liverpool in the top 4, City in the top 3. So, yeah, normal service is starting to be resumed.
And going back to your point, you know, how do you stop Erling Haaland? I think individually it's almost impossible because of his assets, his physique, his pace, his power. So it has to be a collective. So, you know, how do you deny the supply to him? You know, can you stop that supply line? Because individually, I don't think there's anybody in the Premier League, maybe anybody in world football, that if you went, right, it's Haaland against you, that he wouldn't fancy getting the better of that person.
But then you'd have to go man for man against Foden and Cherki. And then, you know, who's going to go man for man against Doku? So I think the only way to stop a team like City is to go man for man. And teams have stopped Liverpool going man for man. It's not a nice system to play against. It requires a lot of effort. And that would be the only way you try and stop Manchester City.
I suppose the one person that we could try and get some form of an answer from is maybe Saliba or even Gabriel, both of whom have had some intense battles with Erling Haaland throughout the years, right?